Welcome to the SmartKeys podcast, where we take a deep dive into the business trends that are shaping the future of work and efficiency.
Today, we are analyzing a strategic shift that really, it defines modern commerce. We're talking about the subscription economy.
And it's arguably the single most important change in how companies are generating revenue.
And how you, the consumer, access goods and services. I mean, everything.
Okay, let's unpack this because this isn't just a slight adjustment to the business model. It feels more like a foundational reshaping of consumption.
It is. I mean, look at the numbers. Over the last decade, this economy has grown by a staggering 435%.
435%. That level of expansion, it just demands attention from every single business professional.
It absolutely does. And the growth trajectory suggests this is, just the beginning. Our sources are projecting the global market size for these services will hit $1.5 trillion by 2025.
$1.5 trillion. So it doesn't matter if you're in software, retail, manufacturing, media. Recurring revenue models are becoming central to your future.
They have to be.
And what's fueling this explosive expansion is, well, it's you, the consumer. We know that something like 80% of adults now actively engage with some form of subscription.
And the commitment is real. In 2021, the average person was spending around $273 a month on these. It shows a real preference for ongoing access over, outright ownership.
So our mission today is to move past the basics and really extract the key strategic drivers.
Right. We want to identify the competitive advantages and, crucially, the essential software and the strategies you actually need to implement to thrive in this landscape.
Okay, so this is where the strategy gets fascinating for me. Why are businesses making this pivot away from traditional, one-time sales?
Well, beyond the obvious revenue boost, it fundamentally creates stability. The first driver is predictable cash flow.
The ability to accurately forecast revenue month over month?
Exactly. And that is immensely attractive to investors. It also gives management a stable base for long-term planning.
And that stability, it must allow for much smarter resource allocation.
Dramatically smarter. And that brings up the second key characteristic, which is the necessary shift in focus. The entire operational mandate moves away from that constant, expensive chase for new customers.
To the deeper, more profitable work of customer retention and loyalty.
You got it. You are selling a relationship now, not just a unit.
And the third factor, the one that ensures the model really sticks, is convenience.
Absolutely. Modern subscription services are designed to be friction-free. They offer seamless access, often highly personalized experiences, and that just boosts satisfaction.
Right. It reduces the burden of those mundane consumer decisions.
And to really appreciate this revolution, we have to look at its history. This isn't some brand new invention of the digital age.
Yeah, have it all.
If you connect this to the bigger picture, the model traces all the way back to 17th century newspaper publishers. They relied on subscribers for regular income to fund their operations.
That sets the context perfectly. And then we saw early adopters modernize it with physical goods. I'm thinking mail-order book clubs, music sales.
Academic journals, health clubs, yep. But the real game changer wasn't the idea itself. It was the technology that arrived and allowed for, hyperscalability.
Precisely. Technology introduced models like freemium.
Right, giving away basic content or services, but charging for the premium features. We saw that take off with online gaming and so many content platforms.
And even more importantly, technology kind of cemented tiered pricing as the backbone of software as a service, or SaaS.
Which lets platforms cater to all these diverse user segments really efficiently, all under one subscription umbrella.
Okay, let's pivot to the customer side again. We know they love convenience, but what are the deeper motivations driving this spend?
A huge factor right now is financial accessibility. With, the rising costs of everything, a predictable lower monthly fee is much easier to manage than a big upfront cost. It just helps with personal financial planning.
That makes perfect sense. And what's fascinating is how that financial predictability is then combined with some really advanced data use.
Yes. Personalized experiences aren't a luxury anymore. They're an expectation.
You think of Spotify tailoring music for you, or Amazon's subscribe and save, basically predicting what your household needs.
They use data to craft these unique experiences, and that drives enormous loyalty.
And the numbers completely back that up. We see that 77% of consumers actively prefer brands that offer these tailored services.
So it's not just about getting the product anymore. It's about having the experience curated for you. That relationship, the one built on data, that's the true competitive edge.
And we've seen this model just successfully infiltrate nearly every sector. In entertainment, you've got the obvious ones, Netflix and Spotify.
Spotify alone has over 217 million monthly active users. It just demonstrates that the digitally savvy audience demands this kind of flexible, recurring access.
But it goes so far beyond digital. I mean, look at the logistical challenges solved by meal kits like Blue Apron or services like My Muscle Chef.
They thrive because they offer curated, time-efficient solutions. They're directly addressing the modern problem of not having enough time.
Exactly. And even in those high frequency, kind of mundane purchases like Personal Care Dollar Shave Club, Ipsy, they figured out how to make that feel personalized and automated.
The success across so many diverse industries proves the model, regardless of the sector, is fundamentally about improving the customer's daily life.
Now, for the professionals and businesses listening, let's address the strategic hurdle that haunts every recurring revenue model: churn.
Big one.
The very ease of cancellation that consumers love. That's the greatest risk to your predictable revenue stream.
It is the unavoidable trade-off. So we have to address churn strategically by understanding its two main categories,
Yeah.
voluntary and involuntary.
Right. Voluntary is when a customer actively cancels because they feel like they're not getting enough value.
But the truly strategic way to handle that is to look at the leading indicators of that value gap.
Exactly. You can't wait until they hit the cancel button.
What are those indicators? Reduced product usage? Maybe they're not logging in as frequently, or they're failing to use a new feature you just released?
So to mitigate that, communication has to be proactive and targeted. You have to continuously tell customers about new upgrades, special offers, even future price adjustments before they're surprised by them,
Make them feel continuously valued. And then there's involuntary churn.
which is purely tactical.
All right, it's often just caused by payment failures.
Yeah.
An expired credit card, a system error, insufficient funds. This type of churn is highly solvable with the right tech.
And to tackle that efficiently and at scale, you need a flawless, personalized billing process. I think the term is dunning management.
Yes. And it's not just sending an email asking for a new card. It's a sophisticated retry logic, real-time card updating, and offering a variety of payment methods like PayPal or Zelle to minimize friction when that primary payment fails.
Which brings us directly to the efficiency layer that enables all of this to scale: subscription management software.
You absolutely have to have it. Businesses cannot manually handle millions of recurring transactions, different tax rules, and all these fluctuating payment methods. You have to automate.
And the necessity of these tools is why the market is just booming. It was valued at nearly $5.85 billion in 2023.
And is projected to nearly double to over $11 billion by 2032. These tools are the operational backbone. They provide essential features like real-time payment processing and fraud prevention.
When we talk about high-volume transaction security, we have to mention the role of sophisticated vendors.
Companies like ACI Worldwide, for instance, they specialize in payment orchestration. Their tech helps subscription services handle massive volumes of sensitive card data securely, using things like tokenization.
And manage global compliance, prevent fraud without blocking legitimate recurring payments. That's a tricky balance.
It is. And the architecture preferred for these tools is, of course, the cloud.
Right. Cloud deployment gives you the scalability, accessibility, and cost-effectiveness that a growing subscription company absolutely needs.
So moving beyond the mechanics of billing, your marketing and loyalty strategies have to be retention-focused from day one. Personalization is key.
Customizing offers and messages based on usage history. It's critical for boosting interaction and showing that you understand what the customer actually needs.
And, crucially, we need to focus on metrics and their strategic application. It's not enough just to track churn.
Right. Professionals have to understand metrics like customer lifetime value, or LTV.
And annual contract value, or ACV.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, optimizing LTV is what justifies a higher customer acquisition cost, right?
Exactly. If you know a customer will stay subscribed for 3 years instead of 1, you can spend more to acquire them and still be profitable.
An ACV, that average annual revenue per contract, is vital for forecasting growth.
And it's a primary metric investors use to assess the health of a SaaS business. Growing your ACV through upselling is a sign of a strong relationship, not just a strong product.
And as we build these deep, profitable relationships, social proof becomes the currency of trust. New customers need reassurance.
So leveraging positive testimonials, maintaining high ratings on sites like Trustpilot or Google, and publishing detailed case studies. It all helps mitigate that perceived risk of committing.
Okay, so looking forward now, technology is driving the next wave of value, and it's moving way beyond just basic billing management.
We're talking about how the integration of the Internet of Things, or IoT, and artificial intelligence are fundamentally changing the subscription offering itself.
I do worry sometimes that those terms are just buzzwords. Can you give us a concrete example of how IoT changes a subscription business, not just a product?
That's a crucial distinction. IoT enables customized maintenance and, more powerfully, proactive service.
Proactive how?
Well, say you subscribe to a service for high-end industrial equipment. The sensors on that equipment can report wear and tear in real time, so the company can dispatch a technician or ship a replacement part before the product even fails.
So the customer might not even notice an issue. That shifts the value proposition entirely from just access to truly proactive service and guaranteed uptime.
And AI is the analysis engine that makes this possible at scale.
Right.
AI simplifies operations by analyzing massive amounts of behavioral data, usage patterns, transaction histories. It facilitates those personalized experiences by anticipating subscriber preferences.
So it can predict churn risk with much greater accuracy or automatically guide customers toward the most relevant upgrade path.
AI is the differentiator. It's what allows that personal touch to scale across millions of subscribers.
This focus on deep connection and anticipation, it leads us to a crucial evolutionary step you mentioned earlier, the membership economy.
Yes, this concept shifts the entire focus from simply achieving recurring revenue to building community and connection.
And this is where the strategy gets really sophisticated.
The membership economy aims to make the customer feel, well, integral to the brand's mission. It moves beyond just providing access to a product that's a subscription part. It offers access to an identity, an exclusive community, or unique privileges.
That distinction really clarifies why this is so sticky. Think about the strategic value of exclusivity. Birchbox isn't just a beauty box.
No, it provides members with exclusive content and early access to products you can't get elsewhere.
Or look at Substack, where writers connect directly with their audience, offering unique, member-only insights that build that deep connection and loyalty.
The goal here is to foster loyalty by offering unique products, experiences, and benefits that go way beyond a standard transactional relationship. When a customer feels like they belong, the chance of voluntary churn just drops dramatically.
So what does this all mean for you, the professional, whether you're transforming a business or launching a new one? The potential ahead is just enormous.
I mean, just look at the physical subscription box industry. It grew from $57 million in 2011 to a projected $65 billion by 2027.
65 billion. This isn't just about software anymore, it's about commerce itself.
So to navigate this dynamic and, frankly, lucrative landscape and stay competitive, success relies entirely on strategic agility.
You have to continuously measure the right metrics, like churn rates and annual contract value, and proactively use data, often fueled by AI, to strengthen that customer loyalty.
The ultimate challenge for any business today is this. Success in the recurring revenue world requires moving beyond the transaction and into the relationship.
If you treat the subscription as merely a billing mechanism, you will lose. If you treat it as the foundation for a durable, personalized relationship, you will win.
And that, ultimately, is the strategic insight you need to carry forward.
Thank you for tuning in to the SmartKeys podcast. We hope this deep dive into the subscription economy has provided you with some strategic and actionable insights into one of the most transformative trends in modern business.
For a deeper review, including the full article, all the statistics we discussed, and strategic implementation details on specific software functionalities, you can find the link in the show notes.
Don't forget to subscribe to the SmartKeys podcast for more essential insights on the future of work, strategic sauce tools, and the productivity hacks that keep you ahead of the curve. We'll be back next week to unpack more essential sources.